Hey everybody, welcome to Ocala Garage. My name is Thomas and this is part 33 of the Daytona Coupe build. So I think today I'm going to talk about wiring. So first of all, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Second of all, I'm leaving all the wiring and everything to length for right now. So there's kind of a rat's nest in there. My intention is just to get it in, get everything working, and kind of shake the car down for a bit. Actually, maybe drive it for a year or so, then kind of pull things apart and make the wiring a little bit better. So, judge me if you must, but know that I'm going to clean it up at some point, and I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. But this is what I've got. So here we go. First thing I'm going to mention, I've mentioned this 3 times, I mounted my fuse panel right here, and there's going to be a video following this, maybe the next video, showing why this was kind of a mistake, but I'm still going to go with it. I don't think it's the end of the world. So I've got the fuse panel here, and then I've got the 2, what are these, flashers. They're just grounded there, and then I've got something else grounded here, I think. I don't even know what that is, just a main ground. I had to extend the wires. This is for the brake lights. I had to extend those wires because of where I located the fuse panel. These weren't long enough to go into the little switch. I am using the Russ Thompson turn signal. Rest in peace, Russ. I got this maybe a year ago. Got this wired in, so I've got left and right turn signals working through this. I didn't do anything really with that switch, but I've got those wires run into a couple extra wires that go over into the wiring harness. That's fairly straightforward. If you can see, I'm actually starting to run my HVAC lines as well. So this is the rat's nest that I'm talking about that will get cleaned up at some point. I know I'm all over the place, but I think I've covered the back of wiring this pretty well. I've got another video. I did run, this is the GPS gauges, so the little antenna, I just ran that along here, and it's going to come up, and it's just a magnet, dude, so that's kind of cool. So that's just going to kind of rest there. I think that'll be good. There shouldn't be nothing but the fiberglass body to block the signal, so that should be nice and strong. Like I said, I didn't cut anything off. This is actually for the hot rod truck, or whatever, just the hot rod. So I didn't even cut that off. So I'm not really cutting anything off. You can see I've got extra bunches of wire kind of everywhere. Well, come on, focus, there we go. So I believe I have everything connected. So I've got my lights connected, I've got my horn, I've got a switch. I added a switch for the fan. I'll kind of show you that in a little bit. I've gone ahead and I haven't mounted the windshield wipers motor, but I've gone ahead and run the wiring just to test it out. So I've got that run. I've got the HVAC power all connected and run. So like this here is for the heater and the ground. This purple wire is for the wiper. So this blue wire goes under, comes out here, comes up along this, and then I've got these all wired up just like it says in the directions that you can download online. Inside, hazard switch. This is how to connect the hazard switch. So this little pink dude jumpers, the 2 middle, and then your left and right, doesn't matter which side. It can be on this side, it can be on that side. It doesn't really matter, that's just which way the switch toggles to get them to work. The horn, I went ahead and wired in a little connector here I built, because the horn is kind of a pain in the ass because you have to screw those in instead of just connectors. So I built a connector. This is my high beam, low beam switch. That's pretty standard. I mean, the wires are labeled high beam, low beam, blah, blah, blah. Headlights, simple. This is the wipers. So it's in the off position now. So you can see yellow, white, green, and brown. This is the wiring, little wiring loom or whatever that comes with your wiper kit. And so the other end of it is here. There's the white, brown, yellow, and green. So that's that for the switch. Ignition switch is in. This is, I wired in my fuel sending, or my fuel pump, so I could turn it on and off instead of having it just come on with the car or having like the Holley control it. So I've got a switch that goes up into a relay. I'll try to show you that, but you can see it's kind of a mess up there. Actually, this, sorry, this is the fuel pump. This is the fan. So that's just a ground. This blue wire, I'll show you the fan. So that's just, this black wire just goes to ground, and that blue wire is what turns the fan on when it goes to ground. So that blue wire comes through the center tunnel, comes out here, blue wire, and it's in this harness here. And then of course these I haven't shortened or done anything with yet. But that just connects over here to this side that goes around. So that harness for the fan. So you can see right here, blue wire to the blue wire part of the fan, and then this is fan ground, and then there's the green. Sorry, I lied to you. The green is ground, brings the fan to ground, and then this is the blue wire that's on the switch I have in there. This blue wire is off of the Holley. So if I don't flip that switch, the Holley will actually ground and start the fan for me. But if I just get a little nervous and I want the fan on for whatever reason and the Holley hasn't kicked it on yet, I can flip that switch and the fan will come on. So it's just kind of an extra thing I did. By the way, I apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. I didn't plan this, just like all the rest of my videos. So hit me up in the in the comments below if you have questions. These are just for the headlights and whatnot. So you can see this just plugs into the headlight. I've got that wired in already for some reason. And then these will go to the turn signal and running lights. And then we've got same thing on this side, although I haven't connected the headlight plug on this side. So there's a low beam, a high beam, then you've got your left, right turn signals, etc. So I haven't connected any of the lights yet. Same thing with the rear. The harness is just brought back here. It's not connected. Of course, I do have my fuel pump and sending unit connected, so I can get those signals. Let's see, what else? Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, the HVAC stuff. So this here, according to the directions, you do have to solder these wires in to this little switch potentiometer. This switch, it already had all those connectors on it, so you just connect them into the right places, and that's fairly obvious in the directions, but I'll try to get a little shot of it for you so you can see where they all are, if that helps. Let's see, this again is my, what is this one? Oh, this is also for the heater core. So this switches between the heat and AC. So I don't know which side it's on right now. I think it's on heat. Anyway, that switches between heat and AC. And then again, we have my, oh yeah, so the fuel pump, right? So that switch is, I believe that's going to ground. Yeah, so there's a ground wire right there, and that blue is going to ground. And then this white is coming up here. And then we've got, I don't know if you can see how this is connected. Hang on a second. Oh, so let me see if I can tell you what I did here. There's this brown wire right there is the wire for the fuel pump. So I cut that, and that goes, the other side is connected here, right? So I've got this green wire here and green wire, right? So this double green wire comes down along just to make things complicated for me. And then I've got it into a black and red and then green. So this relay is triggered with ground, and then you can see where the green, black, and red are connected in here. And then all you do is you have the red and black. It doesn't have to be red and black. Well, I think this relay came with those wires. So red and black go to one side. This goes to the other. And for the life of me, I don't recall which side. I don't think it matters because it's just gonna close the circuit. So when this grounds here with the switch, that triggers the relay to close the circuit, which is gonna run power across to both of these. And then that will power the fuel pump. And again, I haven't shortened any of these wires or cleaned anything up, so don't judge me just yet. I'm trying to give you a little bit of work in progress. All right, so that's all that. Got a handful of wires coming out here. I think I may have covered what I needed to do to get the car started. So, you know, I got all the wires connected to the starter motor. I've got this one wire going to my alternator. I have a single wire alternator, so that goes there. This orange wire connects to the positive of the coil, and then I've got this yellow wire goes to negative of the coil. Both of those go into here and come out in this mess. And they connect to something somewhere. This orange wire is here. So again, I kind of apologize because I should have done this when this was all fresh in my mind. Yeah. The yellow wire actually connects into here because that's my tach source, this thinner yellow wire that goes to my tach. So that actually is just my tach, is the yellow wire on the negative. I think that's correct. And then the orange wire comes out to the orange wire here on this coil crank loom. So orange wire to orange wire. So the orange wire on here goes to the positive side of the coil, at least for this this engine setup. Again, this is the Blueprint 347 with the Holley Sniper EFI. This is the water temperature sensor that connects to the EFI. Down here, can't really quite see it, but that's my oil pressure sensor. That wire comes up through the middle here, goes to the center, and then plugs into my oil gauge. And then over here, I've connected another water temperature sensor here, so I can use the water temperature gauge in my cluster. And that all works. Let's see. I believe that's about it for now. Obviously, I don't have the AC stuff connected. I don't have any of the plumbing done. I don't have this is the wiring for the whatever it is, the dryer or some crap. I don't remember what it's called. And then obviously I don't have the hoses or any of that plumbing done. That's going to be next. I'm going to not do the AC myself. I'm going to have a professional run the actual AC lines and charge the system. So that may be a while before that's done. So yeah, that's the wiring. Holy mess, huh? Crazy. Well, gang, I hope some of that actually made some sense. The wiring was definitely super intimidating to me. I've never done anything at this scope before. You can tell by the quality work I'm doing. But I just kind of took it step by step. You know, the first thing was getting the engine to start. Actually, just getting it to turn over, then getting it to start. And then I added to it. I added in the fuel pump switch and relay. And then I added in the switch for the fan, and you know, tested the headlights and the high beam, low beam switch, and the hazards, and everything kind of as I went. I literally just got done wiring in the windshield wiper motor and tested that out. So I think all of the electrical stuff that I need to get this vehicle registered, titled and registered, I have. I live in Virginia. My goal, some of you know, I decided to try to move to another state. And my goal is to get this car like titled and registered, street legal, before I move. So I've been kind of cutting short some of the things that I intend to do. I'm going to go back and do them later. Like the dash, it's not covered. I'm going to leave it just bare aluminum. And I'm not putting in the sound deadening and the, you know, whatever, the heat deadening and any of the carpeting or any of that stuff. I'm going to do the bare minimum needed to get this car titled and registered so that she's street legal, and then I can kind of, it makes life a little bit easier, let's put it that way. The other thing is, here in Virginia, unless they've changed it, but last time I checked, I can register this as the year that it replicates. So it can be registered as a 1965, whatever, Factory 5, Daytona Coupe, whatever. So that's awesome. The place I'm moving to, or I hope to move to, you have to register it in the year that it was assembled. So I'm trying to take advantage of Virginia laws. So that's that. Please hit me up with any comments, questions about the wiring. If you want a follow-up video with more details on something, please let me know. If you want to criticize me, you know, I mean, have at it, but the wiring works. It isn't clean yet, but that's on purpose. I'm going to leave everything long and everything, you know, I'm not cutting anything short or cutting anything off until I'm absolutely certain I don't need it, and until I shake everything down, and then we'll clean it up. So I know there's tons of guys out there that can do a much better, much cleaner job, and that's where I'll get to at some point. Maybe not as good as they can, but I'll get there. Short term, I've got my heater core ductwork that I'm going to add in here. I've got it about ready. So that's going in. Next, the dash is going to go in, I think, for its final time. And then I'm going to put some aluminum on in the rear, and then we're going to get the body on. So that'll be kind of a cool day. So probably the next video, I'm guessing, is going to be, maybe I'll video setting the body on the vehicle. I'm going to have to take the exhaust pipes off, and I need to do some rivets in a handful of spots that don't have rivets. So I apologize that I'm not documenting every single thing I'm doing, because I am kind of trying to move up my timeline. I had planned on taking 2 or 3 years to do this build. I'm actually creeping up on 2 years, I think. Yeah, I think so. So it is taking me a while. Anyways, I had intended on filming much more detail than I have been lately. But just moving up the timeline, trying to get this vehicle to a point where it's legal, is my priority now. So if you want clarification on anything, hit me up. And thanks for watching. If you're still tuned in by now, I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.